Hey everyone, good afternoon to you. I'm Samantha Johnson. Your Indiana Fever are back in action tonight on the road against the Washington Mystics, and we are breaking down 3 keys to victory for Indiana. This is your Fever Minute. So let's start first with the obvious, filling in for Caitlin Clark. We told you on Monday she's out for at least 2 weeks with the left quad strain. So Indiana will be leaning on its depth it created in the offseason to fill in for CC. Here's another idea. How about your all-star, Aaliyah Boston? She's ranked 11th in scoring and 4th in rebound across the league. She's shooting over 60% from the field, so I bet you see more points from Boston tonight against the Mystics. And third, shut out the noise. There's so much talk about the Fever losing to the New York Liberty over the weekend. Now they're without Caitlin Clark. If this team can shut out the noise and play the game they're capable of playing, they'll be all right. Tip-off is set for 7:30 tonight in Baltimore. You can watch tonight's game right here on Channel 13.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think we've got a real opportunity to grow here. Playing with different lead guards, playing in different actions, seeing what all of our off-ball stuff can look like. It gives us a different pace too when we're in our quarter court. So I think it's a good opportunity for us to look at get a lot of different looks on both ends of the floor.
A lot of coaches like problem solving. Obviously, you'd like to have your team play exactly. Is there an element to you of being like, oh, this could be interesting to see what we can do with different resources?
Yeah, for sure. And it's when I'm calling games and you look at injuries that happen, especially early in the season, it gives you opportunities to build confidence in your depth. It gives you opportunities to see what you can look like down the stretch. Because when you're playing, in the end of the year and you're playing in the postseason, your rotations can be a little bit deeper, right? And you want players to have confidence in those moments to be able to step up and make the play or take the shot. So I think it gives us opportunity for growth. I also think it gives Caitlin opportunity for growth. Now she's going to see it on the sideline. She's going to be hearing us talk about it on the sideline from a coach's perspective. There's varying levels to how you see the game as a player in year 1, 2, and as a player in year like 9, 10, and as a coach and assistant coach and all of those things. So it gives her an opportunity to see it from a different lens.
You mentioned using these 2 practices as you're trying to figure out new rotations using a left point. Have you kind of nailed that down yet?
Yeah, we're going to start sit at the point tomorrow. We're going to give that a look. Sophie's going to get a heavy dose of it as well. The other thing that we love is what Sophie and or Lexi, whichever one, brings us from the bench and having that spark, having that punch. So we're gonna look at Sid in that starting lineup to start.
When you came back, so much of what you talked about was family. You got the boys out here, like this is exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, it is. I mean, there's you don't ever really have a balance as a parent in this business. So you just got to find your flow. My kids are old enough right now, like they can be great rebounders. We're working on being great passers. We got to continue to work on that. But yeah, opportunities to be around, and again, the life lessons that they learn being around these women. Right now, watching them do the extra work. Right, staying after practice, being here early before practice, being in the weight room before practice, listening to conversations. I mean, these are life lessons that my boys get to experience by seeing the best in the world do what they do, and there's no substitute for that experience from my parenting perspective.
You mentioned Sid in the offseason. You were excited about the fact that she could have a role for you guys now that it's way bigger. What are the caretaker responsibilities you think will be the most important for her in that role?
Communication, number one. She is an elite communicator. She is in every huddle that we have, whether she's on the floor or not. She sees things from that point guard position. Communication, number one. Getting us into offense. It's going to look different without the ball in Caitlin's hands. So what are our looks? Who can we get our looks for? And then, the ability to communicate that to everybody on the floor in live action. And that's the piece that we're still growing with. We can't call a timeout every time to get a matchup or recognize a switch. And so she can help us with that on the floor, and she can set the tone for us on the defensive end.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think that's the kind of cool thing about our team is we have a lot of depth. A lot of people can do a lot of things, and so when one person goes down, other people step up, and you'll see Sid Colson handling the ball a lot more and playing a lot more, which is awesome. What a great opportunity. And then when I'm out there, I'm sure I'll be handling the ball a little bit too. How do you like kind of the ball handling, kind of going in between off-ball and ball? I keep it simple. I'm not real flashy or fancy with it. I just do my job. But like I said, when we play really good defense and we rebound the ball and then we're in transition, that's the best offense we can possibly play in. So if I'm handling the ball, that's the kind of offense I want to play in. But that's not always the case, and so I'm confident in it. I work on it. It's been, I need to get my rhythm back a little bit just from being injured and out and kind of getting my lungs underneath me again. And so it'll be good, but I like it. I don't mind it.
How do you anticipate the feel of games being different given the structure is kind of built around her playing style?
Yeah, I think, again, I think it's a great opportunity for us. Clearly we want her out there. I think she draws so much attention and she's a phenomenal player. But at the same time, I think it's a great time for her to learn from the sidelines. It's a great opportunity for us to learn offense, right? Move the ball, pass, cut. We just can't stand and watch anymore. And so I think it's going to be good for us to actually get into our action, and then defensively for us to take another jump up a little bit and be more aggressive on the defensive end.
You mentioned getting your lungs back.
Yeah.
How long does that take, you feel like, when you miss about a week? Like close now, still need a lot of...
Yeah, no, I do feel close. I've just been eating like a freaking cow lately, so I need to chill out on that. But otherwise, no, I really do feel good. It's funny because you feel so good going into training camp. You get injured in a preseason game, then you don't really do anything for 2 weeks. 2 days is hard on you, so imagine 2 weeks. But I really am feeling good. It sucks she's out now, but overall I think our team's doing pretty well.
Is your ankle bothering you at all anymore?
No. Only in heels.
Were you surprised you said you asked out like 2 minutes ago?
Oh my gosh, I got so much heat from my family and friends for that, but like that was the first time I like really ran, and so it was a pretty quick-paced game for the first 3 minutes. I was like, hey, I'm a team first type of person, so if I'm feeling I'm gonna ask out, but yeah, I got a lot of heat for asking out in 3 minutes.